Well, I know you haven't necessarily been on the ice for all the goals, but I know Kyle referenced you being on the back door on that overtime goal that won it against Minnesota. How good has it been from your vantage point? How your two line mates have combined early this year?
Yeah, they're scoring a lot of goals. I think. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that. What do you want me to say about that?
Well, you play with them. I mean, have you noticed any different from when you were with them last year
No.
compared to the early part of this year?
No, I mean, Casey's obviously a shooter, and Scheifele's so good at working below the hash marks and finding them in those spots. And then, yeah, on the power play, him walking down the flank, he's one of the best in the world at doing that, so he's going to hit his spots. And then for me, I'm just kind of, I'm more of a retriever, net front, kind of however you want to call it, I guess. And, I try and make sure the spacing is good in the O-zone and try and create chances. I've had some looks. I'm just not scoring right now, but luckily they are, so it works out.
Well, yeah, but there are the subtle plays that don't always show up in the stats as well. On the face-off goal, you're on the far side of the face-off dot. Move over to the hash marks and give Mark that time to shoot, and then the same thing Kyle mentioned on the back door. I mean, so there's ways I would suspect you can contribute without an assist or a goal, to make things happen.
Yeah, for sure. Just like I said, I think it's more just spacing, and then if I'm backdoor, maybe someone's got their eyes on me and gives him that extra second to shoot or whatever. So but I'm not going to take that away from them. They're doing what they're doing out there. It's not just because of me.
Yeah. From certainly the offense, the 10 goals in 3 games, but I think the one that really stands out is the 2 goals against in those 3 games. How much of a, I don't know, want to say pride or continuation is that from where you guys were a year ago when you were the best defensive team in the National Hockey League?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a few factors in that. Obviously, Bucky's the big factor. Another thing is, Arnie was here last year, so it's not like we have a new coach, but we don't have a bunch of new systems where guys are trying to learn how to, play a completely different way. There are little changes, but for the most part, it's the same systems as last year and a lot of the same guys as last year, so it's a pretty smooth transition.
Whether it's personal or whether it's the entire team, how do you feel that you guys have done from that perspective as far as the team defense is concerned?
Well, I mean, you said we gave up 2 goals, so I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, no, but just the overall execution and that sort of thing. Like, are you comfortable with where you're at, or are there ways you can get better?
I think you can always get better. We're only 3 games in. Like I said, it's really easy for all of us to sit here and say, we got Bucky in the net, and a lot of the times when we do have those little lapses and mistakes, he's going to bail us out more often than not. But in terms of our team defense, kind of similar to what I said to you earlier, it's just it's a smooth transition. It's not like we have a bunch of new players that are trying to figure out. Kind of everyone already knows their roles, so it's pretty easy.
You got 7 games in the next 14 days. Is it nice to get into that kind of a rhythm early on in the year?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on here with 5 days for no reason when we could have squeezed those in, but a nice rhythm, I don't know. I mean, ideally you don't want to be playing every other day, especially with travel, but it's just the scheduling this year. Everyone's going to be going through their own things with that Four Nations thing, so we got to just deal with it.
What stood out to you about Josh Morrissey's game since your arrival last year?
Just how smart he is. It's like having another forward out there, the way he thinks the game offensively. Yet at the same time, he's so good in his own zone. He's strong on pucks. He's not the biggest guy, but he plays like a big guy. And then obviously his skating that you guys can see, it bails him out of a lot of issues. When he comes up in the rush, if there's a turnover or something, he's going to be able to get back with his skating. So.